The Pistons are the basketball champions of the world.
Detroit, it's time. It's playoff time, Detroit. Let's go to work.
Shout out Detroit. I got to buff up, you know what I'm saying? Detroit, I'm all the way in. Detroit Pistons, I'm all the way in. Let's do it.
What's up, Pistons fans? Welcome to another episode of the Buffs On Podcast. We are the best POD in the 313, and we are the best POD for the number one seed in the Eastern Conference. I've said it a few times this season, but it is officially official now. The Pistons locked in as the one seed in the Eastern Conference, and will play the 8th seed in the first round of the playoffs. A little bit more on that in a bit. The Pistons also clinching the Central Division. We don't really talk about division titles much in the NBA, but the Pistons clinched the Central Division. I believe it's the first time since 07-08, and the first time that they have been the top seed in the Eastern Conference since 06-07. Also, as a Michigan podcast here, all of us going to Michigan. We're going to say go blue. Congratulations to the Michigan Wolverines on winning a national championship. Been a lot of winning going on here, guys. The most recent win, Milwaukee Bucks, and we've been awaiting this forever. We didn't know if he was going to return in the regular season. Cade Cunningham making his much anticipated return to the lineup last night. We saw him, the team without him. We've talked a lot about how this team is going to look without Cade Cunningham on the floor, just when he's on the bench getting a little breather. But we went, I believe, 10 games or so without him. Connie, you're first on my screen here. Your thoughts on Cade and Isaiah Stewart's return, who kind of got lost in the shuffle yesterday with the Cade return. But your thoughts on Cade's return, how the squad looked, and what you're going to look for in these last couple of games of the season.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he looked really good, honestly. It didn't seem like he was shying away from contact at all, which is something I was a little worried about. You know, the injury being in the ribs is just it's kind of scary. I don't know if you guys remember, like last week or something when the Pistons were celebrating, Jarrett Jack gave Cade a shoulder bump into the chest, and right afterwards was like, "Oh, my bad, my bad, my bad." But it didn't seem like he was too worried about it. He was really going in there. He was attacking. He did a lot of those nice little just seals, just like bullying the little guy on him and just getting it under, getting the layup. I thought he looked real smooth. I mean, it's the Bucks. Like the Bucks team is hilarious. I didn't think a single person on that Bucks team wanted to be on that Bucks team. They looked so sad the whole game. Like, I don't know, but I mean, Isaiah Stewart also was solid. He had some nice seals. He played like really small minutes. Yeah, I don't have as much to say about Isaiah Stewart's comeback as Cade's. Cade was really good. I mean, with the blowout, he didn't have to play a lot. That's something I would expect to keep seeing. I don't think he's going to be playing. He'll be ramping up, I guess, these last two games into the playoffs. We got one tough one. I'm really excited to see what they do against the Hornets, because the Hornets really want it, and the Pistons don't need it at all. But then one real easy one to close it out again with the Pacers, who will try to lose that game. But no, I liked all signs from it. Often again, it was the Bucks, but it seemed everything was really humming with him out there, and I really enjoyed it.
I was at the game. Was that Matt Ryan that was drilling all those threes?
That was Cormac Ryan.
Oh, okay. All right. I saw Ryan and I was like, is Matt Ryan doing this to us again? That's kind of crazy. Gabe, over to you. Your thoughts on Cade's return last night?
Yeah, especially the seals from him and Stu. I really missed watching those. Stu just absolutely just pushes the guy big to the
I love those.
baseline. Gary Trent, man, this guy I can't believe, first of all, they have two Garys on their roster, and I can't believe they're both still in the league, Gary Trent and Gary Harris. Yeah, that Bucks team is the team for sure. But yeah, great team to come back against for Cade. I'm glad his three didn't look short. Just looked like usual. He did look a little bit slow, I thought, but that's to be expected. Just kind of working himself back without having to go 100% versus these guys. Stu as well looked awesome. Just a little bit late defensive rotations, I thought, but that happens. And then going back to what you said about clinching the number one seed, I think Greg said in the broadcast, since we were 7-2 early in the season, Since that point, we held the number one seed the entire year, which is an incredible achievement. And then also they hang a banner for winning the conference, right? I mean the division.
I believe they do.
I think it
So
depends on the team, but I think the Pistons
Yeah.
are
I'm
one of
pretty
those
sure
teams.
we see them. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's a banner going in the opening night next year. At least I think that's when it would happen. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much what I like the rotations that like there's no Kevin Herter, which I guess helped the minutes out a little bit. But I'm curious to see kind of because I think JB like he could just play all the end of the bench guys, but even these last games where we're blowing out bad teams, he keeps the rotation in check of like guys who I think would play in the playoffs. So I'm interested to see does he lean into like let's just keep our rotations going all the way through, or is it going to be more bench guys playing?
I think that
Yeah.
Pacers game could get dubious, but I think he is. I mean, like we said, we've been missing Cade. Some guys came on while Cade was gone, and you got to like keep it tight now to see if that sticks around. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, no, no. Keep going. You're buying me some time here because I wanted to look up Ron Holland's official box score from last night because I believe he was 18 points. I think he was 5 rebounds and 3 for 4 from three.
I
Um,
th Yeah, 3 rebounds, but the rest is right. The 3 for 4
yeah.
from three is it's pretty nice. All corner threes, knocking those down. Ausar Thompson shot one too. It looked pretty
Yeah, it
bad.
was not as nice.
I
No.
mean,
Speaking of not nice shots, Pete Nance, that guy,
Pete
I don't
Nance
know
got
what he's
a
doing with his shot.
catapult.
Yeah.
That jumper looks exactly like yours. I don't know what you're talking
No,
about. He's got
yeah, I
that side
remember.
that side look. He's a little more out front with it when he does it. Yours is more high, yeah. One thing was of minor concern to me here because he did end up with a plus 20, only one turnover, 6 assists. But Cade Cunningham comes back and Dennis Jenkins goes back to shooting 1 for 6 from the field. Concerned at all? Is it like, are you concerned that he doesn't slot as well into a lesser role?
I'm gonna wait until after the Charlotte game to make a definitive decision on that. But because Dennis has played extremely well since Cade went down, but he has had a game or two where he just did not shoot the ball well. But because he was the main ball handler, he was able to rack up the assists, so it didn't look as bad. So I'm just going to give it a minute before I officially say that he cannot be
I
the
mean,
second guy.
he got to the line 6 for 6, so you count those
Yeah.
as
I thought he
buckets,
had a decent
then
game still.
he's
He
your
just didn't.
nine.
Yeah, and he'll probably get a few more open looks, I'm hoping. So maybe, I mean, I think the one he hit was a corner three off a kick from carries. So,
Yeah, I mean the three is what I'm really thinking about because I feel like over the past, not even I feel like I know over the past like while his 3 pointer had really been falling.
yeah.
And if that really needs to keep up, I feel. But
Yeah, I think I saw something where he's shooting 40 plus on threes, but like in the 20s on twos. So, um, yeah, we need to see if that's like who he is. I don't know what that is, but we'll have to wait and see. Because I think I saw something. Someone tried to start a discussion on Twitter. Does Dennis Jenkins start when Cade returns? And
no,
I don't think he can. I mean, you need Duncan out there. Duncan on a heater. 11-0 run yesterday was incredible.
himself, yeah.
That was
I
nuts.
I think Dunk is just he's too crucial
Yeah.
in that he is that consistent shooter, and I feel like that's really the only guy you would take him out for. Um, and there's no way
I
you go to
mean,
Ausar Thompson.
what about Tobias Harris?
That was my second
He,
question.
that like
And
where it's like where he's not like I don't know like he has like today again as well. He just I don't know. He does some things where like he just looks kind of old. I don't know when he goes up
Yeah.
to the rim and he gets stripped a lot of the times, or like he can't
You talk
abuse.
about that one drive on the fast break.
Yeah, he had the
Yeah.
2-on-1.
but like, why do we want to start Dennis Jenkins? Like our whole thing is like, oh, when Cade's off, we don't have a creator, and there's your
Because they
answer.
because they put
Mhm.
two on Cade, yeah, and then you
I
get
mean, they will overlap a lot regardless, but like,
I mean, we saw it to start the fourth quarter yesterday.
yeah, I think it'll happen. I just don't think it's gonna.
Be as a starter.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. Speaking of some starters, I want to kick it over to you, Connie, so that you can make a case for a little twin to be awarded a little hardware at the end of the season.
Yeah, I mean, when Victor Wembanyama has played technically 64 games that count towards award winning. He just went down with a bruised rib. If he doesn't play another game in this season, if he plays another game in this season, he's going to win Defensive Player of the Year. He's got all the media around him, and I just can't deny it. He's the best defender in the league. He's the
Yeah,
most impactful defender in the league.
even
I
on
think
shots that don't go up. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the best defender in the league is on the Detroit Pistons, and his name is Ausar Thompson. And it's just over and over again, it has become, especially, I feel like it has amplified in these games where Cade's been gone. He is unbelievable. The Pistons
Yep.
lead the league in steals and blocks. That is entirely what we make up uh our defensive clamps get out on the run. And Ausar Thompson is hold on, I need the number right here, but I believe he's second in stocks in the NBA. Steals plus blocks. Oh no, sorry, he's third
behind Victor and
behind Vic. Oh no, he's back up to second. He has surpassed Scotty. He's tied with Scotty Barnes. And behind Victor Wembanyama, but plays 10 minutes less a game than Scotty Barnes. This guy's at 25 minutes a game, and every second that he's on the court, he is a terror towards the people. There's, I think, no person in the NBA that a ball handler goes up against, comes up the floor and sees them guarding him that they less want to see guarding them. Uh, he does everything. There was a play where he broke up, I think it was against the Sixers, where he breaks up a pick and roll on like the wing on one side of the ball. The ball gets kicked over to the opposite side corner, to which he sprints over, jumps, and two-hand blocks it out of bounds.
That was the
And
Timberwolves game, dude. I
that
saw
was
that in
incredible.
person.
Yeah,
I saw that in person. The ground he covered after running into his own teammate was insane.
and I'm not even sure that Wemby could do that because that takes a level of like foot speed with jumping ability with length that I think is singularly possessed by Ausar Thompson and maybe his brother, but his brother doesn't apply it as much. Um, Along with that, the second best defensive lineup in the league with like a minimum of like 300 minutes together is the Detroit Pistons lineup with Cade Cunningham, Duncan Robinson, Ausar Thompson, Tobias Harris, and Jalen Duren. I'd say out of those, Duncan has become a stronger defender. Is probably still on the below average defender list. Tobias Harris in his old age is about average. Duren is getting better. That lineup and in its defensive entity is entirely held up by Ausar Thompson being an absolute monster. And you can almost see it when he goes out. When in the games that he's missed, I think have also been really good demonstrations of how good he is because the defense just looks and is far worse. Like there will just be instances where guys get layups for some reason or free runs to the hoop for some reason. It's like, oh, that doesn't usually happen. And it doesn't usually happen because he's either guarding the ball or cleaning up somebody else's mistake and then guarding the ball again right afterwards. Um, Going back to putting players in hell, Ryan Rollins.
I wanted to watch that so bad yesterday. He got to
Uh,
his head. I remember earlier in Milwaukee this year.
Ryan Rollins got swatted like twice. There was the play that was most amazing to me was on the baseline. He blocks a mid-range jumper from Ryan Rollins, saves it, is almost like Neo leaning backwards out of bounds, collecting, then kicks it out really fast and bucket on the other end. And I think that's a really important part of being a good defender is turning it into something on the other side. Like that's why defense matters, right? You want to
Yeah.
score it on the other end. And it seems like Ausar Thompson stops. Ah, man, I wish there was a stat on this. I bet NBA teams have a stat on this, but stops points off stops for a specific player. Um, it feels like his stops are so consistently turned into points and offense on the other end because of his speed, because of where he gets them. A lot of the times it's just a steal at half court, and then it's just yeah, it's a bucket, or it's a steal in the full court, and he just outruns people. I mean, his presence, I think, is unmatched except for by maybe one guy. I've been happy to see that about 2 weeks ago, the Low Post I love Zach Lowe podcast. Sometimes he underrates the Pistons, and about 2 weeks ago, he had a podcast where he left off Ausar Thompson from the all defensive teams. He was the first guy. These past couple of days, he had another podcast. He was the first guy he named onto his first team.
Oh,
So
good. He
yeah,
changed it. Yeah, I
so
listened to the other one
he
as
saw
well.
the light. He
I
saw the
bel
light, and he just keeps turning it up, man. There's these games where he has like 7 steals or fucking 8 and 9 stocks or something, and it's just like, okay, how'd you do that in 19 minutes, man?
What's insane is I think there was a tweet going around that Ausar Thompson only has a 67% chance of making the all defensive first team, behind Chet, Rudy, and Vic. Yeah, which is crazy. But yeah, AT's been absolutely insane. And like you were saying, there's like those steals he gets at half court. I feel like he picks off at least one or two passes a game. Just ball hawking, just reading passes perfectly. And like you said, that always usually leads to points. Um, Ron Holland was absolutely incredible yesterday, like we kind of mentioned. I feel like he's getting a few of those fouling out yesterday against the Bucks. So I'm really interested to see how Ausar Thompson works against LaMelo Ball, especially tomorrow. And if this is a first round matchup, um, we've seen him have to kind of reel it back a little bit when guarding guys like Jalen Brunson. So it's going to be really interesting to see how he guards a guy like LaMelo Ball, who is shifty in a different kind of way. So I'm very excited to see that. Gabe, you have anything else you want to touch on from the last few games before we look ahead to tomorrow's matchup and towards the end of the season?
Yeah, just quickly on Asar and kind of the whole defensive rotation scheme. I mentioned in the group chat that we forced so many 24-second violations or shots in like the last 3 seconds that the defense doesn't want to take, but they have to get like a shot to the rim, and that's all just because of like Asar and Ron's on-ball pressure that blows up sets, so teams just go to the third, fourth options, and it's like that's not what they want to do. So they keep trying to pass around to look for a better shot, but Asar is just on them at all times, like on their body. And like every time I check the post game threads of the opposing teams on Reddit, it's always just like, man, these Pistons foul all the time. Asar is just hacking, but like the refs got to start calling stuff. But like, of course, like he gets called for fouls, but the most of the stuff he just straight up stands up people and just keeps doing these little like cat swipes at the ball that annoys the
Mm-hmm.
defender, but I think is what is classified as marginal contact. So he just keeps like is allowed to do this over and over again. A thing Ron Holland could kind of learn from.
Yeah.
And just like the rotations continue to impress. Like we always fly out to shooters. It's just been really nice to see. The Hawks game that we lost, which I think we touched on last pod, but just like looking back on that as well, the only reason they won is because they kept doing a short roll with a small guy, and like it's a defensive scheme we haven't seen yet, really. I want to say. So if we match them in the playoffs, I think we have tape on that now, and I don't expect Dyson Daniels to be able to do that because every team we play more than once, JB really adjusts. Oh, and real quick, one more thing. I heard it was a national broadcast where like a star watches the defensive tape like right after the game every single time. And that's just like, that's just a student of the game right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And another offensive adjustment we made when Cade was out, we used to put Cade. I think we'll see this a lot in the playoffs. We did it sparsely in the regular season just so that I think maybe we save it for the playoffs. But putting Cade in the middle of the zone when teams go zone against us, putting Tobias in the middle of the zone. You guys have any thoughts on that?
I almost want him a little more on the wing. I don't think he's like the distributor that you want in the middle. I would prefer Tobias to be in that like wing, and then you just get him to like because another way to attack his zone is to just back down the wing guy, which Tobias Harris absolutely loves to do. Um, I, I, I mean it's fine. It's not. He wouldn't be my primary option.
I don't mind it just for the sake of like his mid range is fairly decent. So if the big does want to just not come up to free throw line extended to guard him, he just has a free midi.
Give Ausar a shot there.
How do you feel about that shot? How do you guys feel about that shot? I
He
like the
doesn't have
early
the
on in the
threat, yeah. I much prefer Tobias Harris there over Asar, I think, because of that little 10, 15-foot J that Asar,
unless Ausar wants to do like a pound dribble and just elevate.
yeah, but
Only reason. I don't think he's willing to do that. Also, can we talk about the most effortless poster of the season that no one's talking about?
Oh yeah, the Ausar on Wendell.
That was the most effortless poster I have ever seen. That was insane.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts on the recent games, or do you guys want to look ahead to tomorrow's matchup and what you're looking for against Charlotte?
Sure.
Sure. All right, let's talk Charlotte. What are you guys keeping an eye out for? I'm not going to put a whole lot of stake in Cade, still ramping back up, but I think the matchup to watch for me is going to be Ausar Thompson versus LaMelo Ball. Just to see, and Ron Holland. I'm actually more excited to see Ron just energy on whatever you want to call what LaMelo does, flashiness. So that's going to be fun. But what are some things you guys are keeping an eye out for? And no fights. No fights tomorrow.
No fights would be great.
last time they killed us with the little either Con Knipple or Brandon Miller would sprint up, do a little touch screen, and then go space, and they'd be wide open off it. I want to see if there's an adjustment to that. And then, like you mentioned already, Ausar and LaMelo is going to be fantastic. I kind of think he's not quick enough or savvy enough to get away from Ausar. He's not on Jalen Brunson level, so I think he'll do pretty well with that. And other than that, like you mentioned, the fight. See how JB and Musa will kind of play each other.
And Stu and Miles Bridges.
Yeah.
Going to be a couple things to watch there. I also want to make sure that Cade still, I mean, I know he's still getting back, but he was doubled a lot yesterday. Just want to make sure that we're still making the right plays when JD's in the short roll out of a double or whoever that might be. And hopefully Duncan stays hot. Connie, things you're looking for.
I'm looking for some Cade stuff. He typically plays it pretty well against Charlotte. They don't really have the guys to guard him at all. That's something to look forward to. The other thing I want to see is if it seemed like there was a lot of, I want to see if they care. If they care to try super hard in this game. I mean, I think 60 is definitely a goal. It'd be a cool number, but they have locked up the 1 seed. I thought there was a lot of energy yesterday. Dern coming out and talking. It's the last home game and everything, and the vibes seemed astronomically high. And now it just might be the time. I think it might be the time to unload some guys a little bit. But at the same time, you have two guys that need to ramp back up to get to playoff zone, so you can't unload them. So I expect Cade and Stu to definitely be out there doing their thing, which I'm excited for Stu to be back out there doing his thing. But Charlotte's going to really want this one. They are in a fierce battle for what? Where are they
To get out of the play-in. They have 2 games left. It's a must win. They have to win both in order to get 6th. So they're going to come out extremely hot and try to win this game.
So I guess it's a strategy question, right? Do you want to play your hand if there is a potential first round matchup here and just have your guys versus their guys? Or do you want to just kind of take your foot off the gas pedal and give them confidence in case there is a first round matchup and they're going to be like, oh, we just beat these guys?
I think if you try to lose, it's bad karma. I think the NBA has proved that over and over again. But if we lose, I mean, if I don't got to see them in the first round, I'm really not too sad about it. If they can scooch up to 6th. But I'm not worried about them, to be honest. I'm really not.
So now that we kind of talked about this on the last, but how much time do we got? Do we have a couple minutes?
10 minutes.
Yeah, we have 8 minutes, I think.
Okay, cool. So we talked about this a little bit on the last pod, but with the season coming down, 2 games left, starting to look more likely who we're going to see in the play-in and who could be our opponents in the first round. Has your rankings shifted at all? Whether it's Orlando, the Sixers, Charlotte, or whoever the 9-10 seed is. Are you concerned about
Yeah, I have
Miami?
less concern about Charlotte, not Charlotte, Philadelphia, just because we made them look so bad. I mean, they didn't have Embiid, but
They didn't
they
have
had pretty much
Embiid, yeah, but
Yeah,
pretty much
yeah.
everyone else. I'm not super interested in Embiid staying on and up for every one of those playoff games either, but we made them look so bad. I'm not at all worried about Miami. I'm not like
No,
I think my general worry level has gone down. Like I feel like the line, the order might be pretty similar, but everybody's just kind of been shifted down, translated down a couple notches.
okay,
yeah,
okay.
same. I'm
I
glad
mean,
Atlanta is kind of above the play-in now because
yeah,
they're definitely the best team of those guys with a really good offense. The rest of the people, like, no, it won't be.
but
Again, the
uh,
only team I think that can beat us is Philly if Embiid is just prime Embiid again. But the chance of that happening is, almost nothing.
so Charlotte also pushing Boston to the limit, and then like you were just talking about, the Hawks being probably the best of that group. Them taking the Cavs to the limit. I think that would be a good series. Uh, so dream scenario: who is your first round matchup?
Miami.
Miami.
Okay, Miami it is. Miami it is.
Like or
Oh
Orlando always weirdly plays us pretty good. Or Paulo Banchero weirdly plays us well.
yeah, he does. Especially when he travels on game winners. I love it when he does that. Those
Yeah,
are great.
yeah, yeah, of course.
Um, anything else you guys want to touch on here as we wind down the regular season?
Yeah, we didn't mention Bobby Clintman off the team. He has
Yes,
been waived. Tolu Smith, that 2-year contract. Um,
mostly
I
for
guess
playoff eligibility, I'm assuming.
yeah, Stewart Insurance. I would assume I'm not a huge Tolu guy. I think he is more of a Europe player, but whatever, Bobby wasn't gonna
I
Bobby
guess.
wasn't gonna do too much for us anyway.
If you had to put one of them in a playoff game, I think we would all say right now it's Tolu Smith.
Yeah, I think he can come
Eh.
out and give you
He can rebound.
he give you
Yeah,
rebounding. Yeah, that's why. He has I think one legitimate skill. I don't know about his other ones, but he definitely has the skill of rebounding the rock.
yep, I agree. And you can't have enough second chances in the NBA.
He also
Yeah,
Anything
has
no.
else?
like I don't think he's built out the confidence in his game or has the freedom to do it, but in the G League he's got a little bit he's got a little something like skill wise to his game as
He
well,
does.
passing
He
wise. He averages 4 assists a game in the G League for the Cruise.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, and him and Dennis already have a connection. We've seen that in the summer league. So if we want to kind of run back a G League squad against the playoff teams, I think that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Um, anything else before we get out of here? You guys want to have a second of self-reflection because this is probably our last pod of the regular season, as the Pistons are the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, and how far we've come.
Yeah, are we gonna do like a season review pod after the season before the playoffs?
Oh,
Yeah,
for
we can
sure.
do
Isn't
We'll
that
that
for
do
sure.
that.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, it's just been incredible. Like I'm here in Europe now for this entire season. Every time the Pistons play, I watch the games in the morning, with usually without being spoiled. And it's just incredible to like know that at the very least it's going to be a good game, right? And we're probably
Mhm.
going to win that game. It's a much like the games where I'm spoiled and we lose. I don't even know if I want to watch them anymore. And just to be able to have that pleasure of watching a winning team. I remember, I think it was last year and especially 2 years before where we'd talk like we'd watch the playoffs at the end of the year and be like, oh yeah, this is what good basketball is like.
Yeah,
And now like we can actually watch good basketball for a whole year and continue into May, hopefully.
hopefully. Connie?
Man, it's just been a blessing, man. I love I love watching these guys. I love that this team is a unique team on top of just being a very good team. I love everything about this squad, man. The identity, the personalities we got, the way they hoop, man. It's just a lucky group to get to be watching. You know, that's
Really
all I
is.
gotta say.
Really is. Also, shout out Javonte Green. He's played in every single game for the Pistons this season. So,
Oh,
team.
I have one more stat too.
Oh yeah, go.
Last time that the Pistons were the number 1 seed and the Michigan Wolverines won the national championship was 1989. And the Pistons did go on to win the championship, their first title in franchise history. So,
also first ever back-to-back question mark.
legacy, dynasty income.
Dynasty incoming. All right. Well, let us know if you guys think the Pistons are going to start their run for back-to-back championships. Again, congratulations to the Michigan Wolverines. Go blue and throw the Buffs on Detroit because the playoffs are around the corner and the future is bright.